MDG's 3x5 series. I'm Jacqueline Wells, Vice President of MDG. So today we're going to talk about what will likely be one of the most important factors for events moving forward, and that's integrated models, or what you might refer to as hybrid events. So if you watched our last video, you probably heard us talk about hybrid in the context of selecting a virtual platform. Today we really want to take that a step further and talk about hybrid not as this sort of quick fix for the situation that we're in, but rather as a targeted business strategy that goes beyond your physical event. One that delivers holistic omni-channel engagement that keeps your audience sort of within your orbit year-round. And ideally, by doing this, you're also opening up new revenue streams that perhaps you had not considered previously. What we've learned over these past months is that hybrid can really serve as the bridge between the online and the offline worlds. And I mean that not just that they're this connector between the two, but also that they facilitate this back and forth movement. We're opening up all of these new opportunities for engagement with our audience, between e-commerce platforms, podcasts, chats, the list goes on and on. So hopefully you're already starting to broaden your thinking around integrated models and how you can build it into your business strategy moving forward. I did promise you three big takeaways, so let's go ahead and get started with the first one, and that is to let old habits go.
We're so accustomed to gearing up for this one big event at a specific time at a specific location. And in the wake of the pandemic and the shift to virtual, events have been able to break free from some of those constraints. And as part of that, our attendees and our prospective attendees are no longer held back by some of the limitations of time, cost, travel restrictions. And what that creates is an opportunity for expanded engagement and expanded audiences. Because at the end of the day, engagement is really the whole point of why we do events in the first place, to create experiences and deliver engagement that provides the kind of practical value that attendees are looking for. So as we shift back to in-person events, there's an opportunity to rethink the kinds of experiences that we're creating and to deliver the kinds of engagement that people are actually looking for. And so I think we're realizing at this point our old model of a big event at a specific time, specific location is no longer going to ultimately be relevant. And the question is, can we be innovative in the kinds of experiences we're creating and ultimately deliver more value to our attendees and prospective attendees? So for a couple of practical examples, if you have more of an expo or a marketplace-oriented show, maybe it's about creating more VIP or hosted buyer-oriented events that can still drive the kinds of business outcomes that you're looking for. Or if you have more of a networking event, and networking can mean a lot of different things, but maybe it is, again, creating more frequent, smaller, more intimate conversations that both bring out the kinds of insights people are looking for, as well as facilitate the kinds of long-term connections that they crave. And then lastly, if you have more of a education-oriented event, there's lots of opportunity here, but maybe it's about consuming more of the content digitally and using in-person time for more hands-on training, practical workshops, that kind of thing.
So you make the decision to go virtual, and the initial vision for many show organizers is a full virtual experience. While we would all love to build the full enchilada to complement our live events, the reality is that doesn't always make the most sense financially. When you take the extra costs into consideration, from platform expenses to audiovisual equipment to production and staffing, it could start to add up. So prioritize what's most valuable to your audience, and then spend time modeling out scenarios to understand what aligns with your overall objectives and will allow you to execute them perfectly. That may mean focusing on live streaming a few key sessions and skipping some of the features that don't translate as well online, like a virtual exhibit hall.
Get cozy with your data. If there's one thing we learned in the past 6 months, it's that digital allows us to reach new untapped audiences, creating new networking and global buying opportunities, as well as future cross-promotional ones. But marketing a hybrid event can get tricky. With 2 destinations, it can become very overwhelming. And with many virtual events bringing in new attendees at twice the rate of returning core attendees, what you thought you knew about your audience may only be part of the picture. So really understanding your audience personas and leveraging their behavioral data will help you construct a campaign and an event experience specific to your prospects' needs so that you can continue to hit your attendance goals. Well, I hope this got you thinking about your own possibilities for an integrated future. And if you want to dig deeper or need help getting started, just reach out to me or my colleagues at MDG and we'll talk. Until next time.